So yesterday, I recorded my first video and I tried to do it with a script. And I watched it this morning and it was awful. It was very salesy and it even made me cringe. So we're going to try this again. But this time I have, as you can see, just a list of bullets. We're going to try this without the script and see if I can make this sound like a real person. Um, so that was my apology for anybody who had the misfortune of watching my video yesterday. So here's what I did. Here's the problem I'm trying to resolve. When you go to work and you work all day, you're very, very busy. And at the end of the day, you're wondering, what the hell did I do? I worked a lot and I don't know what I accomplished. That's a problem. And the other problem is, you get up and you dread going to work on Monday because you don't know what you're going to do this week. It's awful. That's what I'm trying to fix. There's some general principles that you use to fix this. The first thing you need to do is capture everything, all your inputs that are going to require you to do something. I'll tell you, my current job, I have a ticket system, I have a project system, I have email, I have phone calls, and I have people coming by and tapping me on the shoulder. And if you had to track all 5 of those separately, it's awful. You miss things never get done. You never know what's important, and you just jump from fire to fire to fire to fire to fire. So the first thing you need to do is have a master task list that you record anything that anybody has asked you to do goes on its list. You don't worry about prioritizing it. You don't worry about ordering it. You just record everything. Once you have the list, and you usually do this, I do this on Mondays unless something very urgent comes up. You go through your list and you prioritize them by categories. If it has a due date that's coming up in the next week or 2 weeks, it's category A. If it's something that's is going to be due, you may not have a due date, but it's something going to be due, I put those category B. If it doesn't have a due date, you don't even know if it's important, it's just somebody asked you to do, I put it in category C. Then I have one other category which is a little different, and we'll cover this in a later video. If it's something you've been asked to do, but it's not a task, it's more of a project, it's going to require you to do more than one thing, and it's not something you can do in one sitting, I put those as category P. So the P's mean that I'm going to have to go back and find out what the tasks are to do to complete P. And then when I create the task for those will go on the task list as an A, B, or C. Once you have a master task list and you've categorized them, then go through and prioritize your A's, your B's, and your C's with a number system, 1 through whatever. That is what you do for your master task list. Now, just because you have a task list still doesn't mean that things are going to be done. And what I do is on Sunday nights, I go through my task list, I look at the top 3 A's or the top 5 A's or anything that's going to be due that week, which should be an A because it has a deadline. And I schedule time on my calendar throughout the week that I'm going to work on all of those. This way, it's not just a task, it is an item on my calendar that I'm going to do. Then I'll put in the B's as the top B's on whatever spaces are open. Then at the end of each day, I will review what I had for that day. Did everything I had scheduled get accomplished, or did somebody jump in? Did a new thing come on that's an emergency? And I'll update the next day's calendar with that information as well as my master task list. That's how I go through my week. And I fill in holes in my day that I didn't have scheduled. On Sunday night, before I start the next week, I go through my master task list again. Has anything new been added? Do I need to reprioritize? I go through that list again, and then I schedule out the following week with the items that need to be done. So I review them daily for emergencies and review them weekly to plan out my next week. So when I go into work on Monday, I already have a good idea what I'm going to do all week long, at what time, and I don't have to remember all this. I also know that I've prioritized the most important stuff on my calendar. Sorry about the shaky video, I'm holding my phone. So, what's next with these videos? I said this in the cringy sales video, I'm going to say it better this day. I'm going to be putting out more videos, short videos, showing you how to do each one of these steps, giving you examples to make this better. So keep following this channel, keep following these videos, and I will see you in the next video.